To the W of the week. So I wanted to preface my W with a little baseball talk because my W of the week is thanks to my guy, my co-host, Kendall Lefty McKee, the catalytic man that you all know. He's been dropping baseball knowledge ever since he came on the show as my co-host. I mean, he knows a lot about every sport and all kinds of sports cards and crypto and all sorts of other stuff. But, Kendall, I would say baseball is probably his number one, followed closely by soccer. And so he's been dropping ridiculous baseball knowledge. Go back and check out like the Bowman for Dummies episode on the Sports Card Strategy channel and feed. It was sick. We get a lot of good feedback and comments on that. But anyway, Kendall said in as far ago as February, March, and as early as April, this is your last chance to get O'Neal Cruz at this price point. And he said it. And I love when people in general make ballsy calls like that. And I love when Kendall does it because he does it with a lot of conviction and energy. And you need to listen to him. So what did I do? On the show, I bought an O'Neal Cruz first prospect Bowman Chrome auto. Not serial numbered, not refractor, just the base chrome auto, PSA 10 for $640 in a buy it now or best offer situation. The price went down as low as about $410 after he did not get the initial call up, and he was in AAA Indianapolis for a couple months. And then we had Chase Krim on the show the week of the call up. And I asked Kendall and Chase, what do you think I should do with this O'Neal Cruz card? And they both gave good answers. Based on their answers, I listed the card in a 10-day auction. And I got $840 for that card, which was like probably the top sale of that particular card. I used Kendall's tip, which was to go and find a sold listing of the same card and then click sell one like this, and then just upload your own photos to it. Now, of course, pick one that's sold high for an amount.
Right. Don't pick one that didn't sell well. Yeah.
Don't pick one that sold for a crappy amount. So that's what I did. I had to preface that. And I got $840 for it. Now, after clearing eBay fees, I profited a little over $100, which, you got to take it. That's kind of what you're trying to do for a flip. When you buy an already graded card of a well-known guy, I don't know that you can expect to do much more than whatever percentage that is, right? So profiting $100 on a $640 purchase, I'm not going to do the math right now, but I think that that's basically what, would keep me happy about the quick flip game. So that's my dub of the week. What do you think, Kendall?
Yeah, I think it worked out well for you because a lot of people sold when he went down to AAA thinking that he wouldn't stay or that he wouldn't like come back up with the same veracity. And man, I don't know if you have been keeping up with him since, but like he literally hit a home run last night that looked like it should have been a pop fly to the infield. Like he's just doing stuff that's stupid. So he hit a home run last night. I don't know if you saw it, but he like just threw the bat head at it and it went like 440 feet. Like literally it was like, if I did the same thing, it might've gone to the pitcher. Like that's how like stupid the swing looked. And then it like quickly, like he just starts, jogging around the bases, like doing his O'Neal Cruz thing. And they go over to the Pirates dugout and one of his teammates is like literally with his hands up like this. And he goes, "Oh my God, how does he do that?" A professional player also on the Pirates looks at O'Neal Cruz and says, "This guy does things differently. That like his body is able to do things that is just not like other humans." And I think we're going to continue to see that. His numbers haven't been exactly where I want them to be, but he's still in the front running in terms of betting odds for the NL Rookie of the Year. And part of that is because nobody's really surfaced in the NL in terms of Rookie of the Year, but O'Neal Cruz is just an animal. And I'm so excited to see where he goes. And a very interesting conversation, I don't know if we want to get into today, is he has a very similar like skinny frame that you would see like Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, those kind of guys coming up with in the 90s, like wiry frame, like fast twitch, like excellent hitter. All those guys ended up taking steroids and their bodies turned into like animals. And I know, like, I'm like, man, what would O'Neal Cruz be if he was on roids?
You want to feed O'Neal Cruz some peds?
I do. I mean, kind of, like, I know it's like ethically it's not great, I get that whole argument. And I'm not for PEDs. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, in a bubble, what would O'Neal Cruz look like with some steroids?
I mean, drop a comment below if you think O'Neal Cruz would be better on PEDs.
Like, would he be the predator? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Drop a comment below or participate in the live chat if you think Kendall should try to slip O'Neal Cruz's dietitian some peds into the nutrition routine. What up, Eric Stefano? What up, Ziggy, aka Sports Card Show? He's got the SEO algorithm working with the Sports Card Show title there. Good work, Ziggy. One love, my man. Stefano, yeah, says that card is sick. I think you're right. I think that basically
RPO, what's going on, man? I love this guy. He's like one of my favorite guys on Twitter.
I love RPO too. Great participant in the show. We love seeing you on. And he's
RPO follows like everything I do. I love it. Like, this guy is just everywhere I post anything. RPO's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, dude, how are you always everywhere? I love it. I'm a big fan of RPO. Giga Maggies.
Yep. We got your back, RPO. And anyone else out there who comments everywhere, we've got your back too. And I think you know that. So RPO and Ziggy both want us to try to feed O'Neal Cruz some peds.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it would be serious.
We're starting a trend here. Let's see if we can make this happen. I don't know. I mean, I love
part of me is like, hey, if everyone's allowed to do it, I mean,
they should be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, another topic for another day.
That is another topic. Yeah.
I think they should be able to do it. I personally do. We'll talk about that later, but drop any comments, but drop some stuff in the chat and we'll get back to you. So,
but I love your W. I love the win.
And, I appreciate that. And I think, it goes with what I'm trying to stay consistent with. I'm trying to stay liquid. I'm trying to flip. I love being in the game. And it's not that I mean, to each his own. Some people like to collect and hold and collect the rainbow or collect the, different sets and stuff. And so it's not that I don't like that. It's just that right now in my life, I'm having the most fun flipping, and it keeps me buying. It keeps me in the game. Like, I'm taking a little bit of money out of cards each time, but I'm putting most of the money back into cards. And so I'm also putting the money back into nooffseason.com to try to hire people and make that better and bring on more content and stuff like that. So
yeah, what did you end up purchasing it for? What was your price?
It was $640, and then I sold it for $840.
All right, hold on just a second.
So, anyway, we'll take a couple questions while Kendall's looking this up, and then we'll get to his W of the week. So, Sports Card Show, which is Ziggy, said, if you had an athletics friend that could make the draft in any sport and you could help him, what would you do it in?
Interesting.
That's a good question.
If you had an athletic friend that you could make the draft in any sport and you could help him and know.
And I think he's saying, and you know that he would make it. Like,
would I give him PEDs? Is that in response to that?
How
are you interpreting that question?
Probably. I don't think I would. I don't think I would get. I mean, I think I would say, like, look, man, here are your options for your body optimization. You should talk to a bunch of people and you should make your own decision. I don't think I would encourage him to take PEDs. But what sport? I guess I interpreted it as what sport would be like the most fun to help him make the draft in. I'll let you go first.
I would push people towards basketball if they had the ability, because look at the mondo contracts that are coming through on these. I mean, role players are making 50 million.
Yeah.
Like, what is the deal? Nobody makes that kind of money.
Yeah,
And so
basketball is my answer too. Same thing. And because it's more exclusive, it's a more exclusive club. You've just got less.
yeah. I read a stat one time that was like there's more active professional baseball players in all levels. Like if you're considering anybody with like licensed material, like outside of independent ball, I think there's more active MLB players that are professionally today than there's ever been in the NBA. Like if you count all the NBA players that have ever suited up at least one game, there is more active MLB players right now than there has been in NBA
Yeah.
history.
Wow, I like that stat. That's a great stat right
Now
there.
I don't know, like that was a couple of years ago, so maybe it's
Yeah.
not true now, but still, like that's something to think about. The different in that fraternity is so different. Plus, like, dude, if there's any commissioner out there that gets it, like basketball just knows what they're doing. Their marketing is fantastic. Like I think when you go through like the early 2000s era when like hip hop was clashing with the or was like merging with the NBA, and how they're culturally so relevant. And I think like as the league, I don't think there's a better like fan score. I don't know if that's like a actual thing, but like
Mhm.
if you're looking at fan score of like how many of the fans approve of everything that's going on, I would say the NBA probably has the best fan score in terms of everyone's like, we love what we're seeing, you know, like we love what's going on. Like if you look at baseball, like there's always people that are like, I love baseball, but the MLB, it got some problems, you know, like,
Yeah.
and I think the NBA probably has the best fan score. So that's what I would say. Plus, I would also, in regards to would I give a PED to friends to make money, I would definitely push them in other directions, especially when they're so young, because like there's so many other factors that go into make it into the league. Like taking steroids is not gonna just immediately put you there. And I would like push them towards like a good agency or something like that, and that's what would put them there rather than just PEDs. I had a roommate in college, and I've got to I guess I got to be careful about this, but I had a roommate in college that was a quarterback that was on PEDs and got kicked off the team, and because of it, because he failed the drug test. I'm just gonna leave that there. But anyway, he was on PEDs and it was not pretty, and it wrecked a lot of other stuff, and
Yeah.
he got kicked off the team and never made it to the pros.
Yeah.
So wasn't worth it for him.
Yeah, I have to think about like people like my son who wants to play pro baseball one day, and there's no way that I would ever recommend that he get anywhere near that stuff. And I agree, that's a good point. Like there's so many other factors, and the risk reward scenario is just like it doesn't go in the right direction. It's not worth it. So I don't know. We're gonna keep it moving here, but real quick, Ziggy, respect you as well. Thanks for dropping the comment about my hustle and our hustle here. We're trying to do the best we can, and we're always going to disagree from time to time with everybody out there. But that's really the point of what Kendall and I are doing, is to have a discussion and involve people, and try to keep it positive, but always entertain as well, and try to be helpful. Look at different angles. So I don't know about Zion either. I don't know about Zion, but we're gonna move to Kendall's W of the week. Everybody, keep dropping your comments in the chat, and we'll take them as we move through our segments here, and we'll take the Q&A at the end of the show. But Kendall, what was your W of the week?
So I guess I had a couple of W's this week. I mean, I don't know how big a W needs to be considered to be a W, but there's a couple things that I like made progress on this week, which I consider that a W. And if you see it over my right shoulder here, this I got a Pelican case for the National that I was like, okay, last year I was just kind of carrying them around in my backpack. It wasn't really professional, you know, like, and when I would come to tables, I'd be like, oh, are you trading or buying? And then I would like just rummage through some stuff. And I looked around and realized like the serious guys, like it's all about presentation to some level, right? And so I ended up getting a safety like case where it's like waterproof, very safe, that I can take it on an airplane, not going to be worried about my slabs cracking and like running around inside of my backpack, stuff like that. So I ended up getting an Apache case from Harbor Freight, actually. So this was like $38, and I got a July 4th discount for like 20% off that. So definitely, like, if you're looking for a case that's good and secure, but definitely price effective, the Apache from Harbor Freight is definitely the way to go. I'm very impressed with it so far. It is exactly like what I wanted in quality wise, which, like, I've never bought anything from Harbor Freight and been like, dang, this is good quality other than this. And, like, if you don't have a Harbor Freight, then, maybe I ordered it online. So you can ship it to you. I got the 3800. I thought it was a good size for like the amount of cards I'm taking. I think if you wanted something a little smaller, you could do that. If you had like maybe 5 to 10 slabs that you were trying to carry around, there's a one smaller option. I think it's like the 2800. And then there's some bigger ones too. So I just know that anything bigger than this, I would have a hard time carrying around at an event all day long. So 3800, definitely. That's my win of the week. I really wanted to make a move towards having a more secure place to put my cards. And I got my Mike Trout back from PSA. So
Yes.
the Mike Trout Bowman Chrome 2011 Bowman Chrome that I like love, and I was able to purchase earlier this year. Sent it to PSA, got it back. Unfortunately, it did not come back at 10, which is what I wanted. Obviously, you always want a 10 when you send in any card, but and I thought there was a decent chance too. And I knew that this was a decent chance to get a 10. So at the worst, I was okay with it coming back a 9. Anything below that, I would have been pretty upset with. And it came back a 9. So I definitely have more in it at this point than I bought it at, which is good. Oh, wait, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I would, if I was to sell it right now, even with his market being down, I would make a profit on it. But this is one that is personal for me, and I kind of want to hold it. And I might move it at the National, depending on what I'm trading for. And that's something that I want to talk to you about in a minute, is my strategy for the National and like what I'm planning to achieve. But the only way that I would leave the National without the Mike Trout is if it's trading up for something bigger.
Nice. Or trading up to the 10 of that card, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah.
I hope I didn't spoil. All right.
You didn't. That's not where I was going to go, but
to the next.
but I would do that.
Yeah.